One video I like to do and update is how to obtain a year-round tropical look in zones, especially zones 7 and 8. And you can do some of this in zone 6. And so we'll start out here. The sable miners are especially good at this. They're going to be good in zones 6 through 8 for sure. And you're not going to have to protect these in those zones. The smaller sable miners, they're going to give you a year-round tropical look, and get these regular size miners are going to get anywhere from 3 to 5 feet tall, and they should be pretty much like a base for your tropical garden in these areas, and they're pretty hard to beat. And so we'll look around, you'll see that we have of course, our large Louisiana, not quite as hardy, but pretty hard to beat it. And you'll see over here, of course, you got your windmill palms, which here in zone 7 are going to stay, for us, we got to try to leave them uncovered as much as possible. We'll probably have to cover some of the small ones a little bit as it gets a little colder. But these are almost year round here. And the next big thing is our bamboo. We moved a pot of it even over here. This is the city that's in a pot, and it's going to stay green all year for you. And something kind of hid on the bottom here is our Christmas ferns, and those are going to stay green all year for you as well, especially in these zones 6 through 8. And add a little greenery, because we always like to look out the window and see a green backyard. And you'll see, if we pan over here, some more sable miners, and their windmill palm, and all these are going to stay pretty much as is for most of the winter. We might have to wrap the big windmill palm a little, but not anticipated to be too much. And here's a new addition to our garden this year that's going to help us green up everything in the back, the Fatsia japonica. And these will probably die back in some years in zone 7, and they're rated, I think, of zone 8, but these are going to get pretty big. This is the spider's web, even though it's kind of lost a lot of its coloration. I'm not sure if when it gets back in the shade some more it's going to get some of that back or not, but we put out several of these this year. And next in our list of things to kind of give you some greenery all year is not exactly fully tropical, but kind of gives you some interest in your garden. Aucuba japonica, and this is zone 6 and up, and this should stay green for you all but the most severe winters. Even then, I think it's in most of the zone 6 we're talking about here are going to be fine for you. But it like the other one we just showed, likes a little bit of shade, but something to give you a little more greenery through the winter. Of course, here's a good example of how to keep everything tropical and green through the winter. This is some of our sable miners. That's to the left there's a Birmingham, but behind it we have some needle palms, and we have our bamboo in pots. And all this will stay pretty much looking like this all winter, and won't do anything to it. Needle palms, they're one of the toughest, hardiest things there are. But all this is going to look pretty much like this all winter long. Here's another good example of how you can keep everything looking tropical year round. Here's a Sabal Birmingham, which is really tough and should survive well in zone 7 and up. And here's our bamboo, which you can plant or put in pots in zone 6. This is Bassetti. Of course, here under our pergola we have some of the Christmas ferns, more bamboo, and this is Spectabilis bamboo, which is another really good choice. And you can see this is going to stay like this all winter long, so it's going to be have a pretty good little tropical feel here. So anyway, I hope that gives you some ideas of what you can do to keep your backyard looking green all winter, especially when it gets dreary and cold. And we'll see everybody later.